Okay, I think the top of the agenda should be the role of bankers and their banking practices, because this recession was completely known of and man-made. You know, it could have been stopped, and it was sheer greed and exploitation of people who really didn't have money to spend that has brought this whole economy to its knees throughout the world, not just here, but everywhere. That's what I believe.
Yes, it is a world problem, and it's still unfolding, and we're still finding out more and more almost daily. And I think there will be countries with problems at least as big as ours, if not bigger. But equally, it's about looking after your own and looking after the needs of this country first, which to some extent has got an interdependency with other countries, but does mean that we've got to plan, we've got to look at particularly the whole banking regime and how that's been regulated and what's been allowed to happen there, and the sort of ideas of nationalisation, things of what's happening with all the we've heard lots of talk about things that are available to people to help, but to me nothing seems to actually be dropping out the bottom of that. It's all talk at the moment. What we really need is something that people can actually put their hands on, like actually being able to get a loan or a mortgage.
If I could speak to world leaders about the current situation, I'd probably ask how we got here in the first place and whose fault they think it is, whether they're prepared to take the blame or not, and whether they are actually going to do something proper about this and be proactive about it.
If I was at the summit, I would say to them that there's been too many greedy people about who've really not thought about anybody else but themselves, and they've conned us pretty well into believing that we can put our money into this, that and the other, and at the end of the day we would be better off. And unfortunately we're not, but somebody is somewhere, but not us.
I would like to ask world leaders about cancelling third world debts and looking at more sustainable ways of living and working.
I think it is a world problem actually, because other countries are actually worse than us if you think about it. I think that it's just a case of just sorting out, just not using the taxpayers' money to bail the bank out or do anything like that, because it's decreasing other people's chances of getting loans and sorting themselves out in their own financial debts.
I would like them to discuss environmental issues, because you see what's been happening with the snowfall here and the bushfires in Australia. Like, there's something really wrong with the way that we're treating our earth, and we need to push for a better way to move forward, because it's not agreeing with us.
I think, give the chance to more young people to be able to invest in the economy, such as in businesses, and give them the chance to start things. In that sense, they will actually bring more money to the economy. And actually, we want to have no recession, but it's just the fact that there's nothing out there for them to be able to exploit and start a business or even study, to be honest.